Hello my friends, thank you for joining me on this really wonderful, beautiful day. We're going to do another guitar music theory lesson, trying to make it as simple as I can for everybody out there. Today we're going to talk about ninth chords, okay? You're going to hear different terms. There's all kinds of different ninth chords, major ninths, minor ninths, sharp nines, there's all kinds of them. We're just going to talk today about a good old regular ninth chord, okay? So before we get into that, we need to have an understanding of the major scale. This is where a lot of you falter out there, and this is where a lot of you, when you watch, you know, some really popular music lesson theory channels, people just, they'll watch, but they don't really know what the hell's going on. They think, oh, well, they say this is the D major scale. I don't know. It is because they say it is. Well, there's a really easy method to understanding, and in a couple of my past theory lessons, I broke it down really simple for the average lay person just starting out. Okay, because having a grasp of theoretical knowledge is one of the important ingredients in becoming a good musician. But first you have to know the chromatic scale, meaning understanding the layout of the notes on your instrument, and the musical alphabet, basically. If you don't know that, the rest is just not going to make any sense to you. That is your first step. I cover that in depth in another video here. Here's a link. And then we have to understand how the major scale is constructed, which I also cover in depth on another video lesson. I'll post the link here as well. But you need to know that for any of this stuff to make sense. If you can cover those two bases, the theoretical aspect is going to start making more sense to you, okay? So we have a D major scale. We're going to do this for a D9 chord, okay? So the major scale, you're here now because you understand how we construct a major scale. Really simple. We want the D major scale, so we're going to start on D. We're not going to start on F sharp if we want the D major scale, right? Okay. So we have D whole step, meaning up two notes or up two keys to E. Whole step up to F sharp, half step to G. Whole step up to A, whole step up to B, whole step up to C sharp, then a half step brings us to D. Great. Wonderful. Such a big bundle of joy. Okay? So now we have a ninth chord. Okay? So what we do is we take the root note, your 1, and remember your 8 is your root an octave higher. But a lot of people don't go around and say, hey man, play me an 8th chord. Okay? So we're going to take our D. Okay? If we want to figure out what a D9 is. Okay? D9. Okay? We're going to take our 3, which is F sharp. Are you following me so far? Isn't this pleasant? Okay, we're going to take our 5, which is A. Now our 7, okay? We're actually going to use a flat 7, okay? So this, first off, we've got a major triad, but now we're adding our flat 7, making it a dominant 7th chord, okay? So C sharp comes down. When you see a flat symbol, we're going to bring it down a half step, just to C, okay? Now our 9. The climax here, folks. We're building up. Now here's the climax. We have our 9 is basically our 2 an octave higher. So it's an E an octave higher. Okay? So we can see here that the notes in a D9, we have D, F sharp, A, C, and E. So on our trusty little keyboard here, okay, so we have our root, D, our third F sharp, and we have A, we have a flat 7, which is C, and then we have our E, which is an octave higher. That's a D9 chord. So now, my friends, on the guitar, okay, we want a D9, a very common and efficient, relatively easy fingering is this one here. So I'm going to play a D9, okay, middle finger, 5th fret on the A, middle finger meaning the one you point with when you're angry. So, first finger, 4th fret on the D, third finger, 5th fret on the G, and your pinky, 5th fret on the B string. Almost has a bit of a jazzy sound to it. I'm digging it. A common place where you might see this, sometimes a really basic spot, would be like a 12-bar blues jam, okay? So D would be the 4 chord. if you're doing one of the most basic keys is A. So how many times do you hear this kind of thing? How many times do you hear something like that, right? If I was playing that as an arpeggio, here's an easy arpeggio fingering. Right? Middle finger, just following the chord. First, major third, we have our fifth. Okay, so I have, as we know here, we have D, F sharp, A, C, catching my 9, 5th fret on the B string, my E, we have a 9th chord, okay? So that's pretty cool. You can throw that into your licks. Really simple D9 arpeggio. So that, my friends, is a 9th chord. So remember, practice hard, but practice smart. Keep the comments and suggestions coming, and we'll see you soon.